Right, if you watch this video, I take it you've probably bought one of our racks, and this is a short video to give you a few tips and tricks on how to install this rack carefully and successfully. The first part is the tools you're going to require. So go from right to left, my right to left. Spirit level, tape measure, sharp pencil, marker pen, masonry drill bit, flat drill bit, posi drive, craft knife, a rare earth magnet, a drill, some soapy water, and some thinners, and a little pan of paper. And right, when dealing with painted products, one thing you must remember is to keep things clean. So I'll suggest get your hands nice and clean, get some gloves on there. Your tools might have been used for fixing the car or doing other DIY tasks. There will be grease in it, so I would suggest as a good starter, before we open the box, get a cloth, a little bit of thinners, and just go over and give the tools a bit of a wipe down, so that we're not going to transfer this dirt and grease onto the products themselves. It takes a few minutes, but it'll save you a lot of pain in the end. When the box arrives to you, you'll see that it'll have 3 bits of tape on one side and a single piece on the back. I would suggest taking the hooks out from the single side. Take your craft knife, open up there, there, and then don't plunge in too deep. Open that up there. And grabbing the 2 brackets, remove the rack, place down, and remove the box. On the side of the box you have a kit, and this kit consists of 2 parts. The mirror plates and screws fixing for stubwork wall, or longer screws and raw plugs for fixing into a masonry wall. The mirror plate solution is perhaps the easiest way of installing the product, but perhaps not the most pleasing to the eye. There are 2 real options to that one there. Take your mirror plate, and this will be in turn screwed onto the back of the shelf, either there or there. I would suggest there and there because it's going to be fairly high and perhaps you won't see it once it's actually in place. Another way of doing it is to get the mirror plate itself and screw it onto the side there. But there are issues with that because you are going to see it above your coat. It's not quite so good looking. Next part we're going to go to is actually, if you are fixing to a stubwork wall, how to find the centre. The best way of finding studs on stubwork wall, if you plastered over, is to use one of these little sort of rare earth magnets. What I do is find the wall, move the magnet around, slide it around, slide it around. Eventually you'll pick up on a beam. Small mark above there, that's where your first beam is. We need to find out whether they're going to be either a 400 or a 600 centre. Next thing is carry on around, feel. There we go, second one there, second mark, measure across here, and we can see here, this particular wall, we're looking at 400 centres. Thereafter, you can then work out exactly where to put your mirror plates for a stubwork wall. Because I'm a bit of a neat freak, my preferred method is to fix it via these 2 holes here. Now you'll notice when you turn the rack over, those 2 holes are hidden by the metalwork behind. The first stage is to measure the hole centres. In this case here, from centre to centre, it's coming out at 641. 641, and the measurement from the top down to the middle of the hole is coming out at 81. Okay, the next stage is to remove the 2 brackets. We have a long screwdriver here. The thing to be careful is these are put on under a slight bit of tension, so I would start by just doing a half a turn on each and gradually moving the screws and then put them to one side. Once they've been removed, because the holes aren't always in exactly the same place, they vary slightly, I'd mark each bracket with your marker pen right or left so you know which one to put on. So with the brackets removed, simply come along and I'll just do a left for that one there, are right for that one there. And we're on to the next stage. Okay, the first thing we need to do is decide on the finish height of the rack and also the centering. So with that in mind and the dimensions we took down earlier, I'm going to mark this wall up with the correct hole centres.